What's up, everyone? This is Slick Nick Gaming, and welcome to day 2 of the first round for the Smash Ultimate CPU Tournament. Yesterday, we covered the first round in the Mishima Dojo region. Here are the results of those matches in case you missed it. Today, we're going to be covering the first round matches in the Monastery region, where Byleth is the host fighter. Now remember, just like yesterday, the order of the matchups is randomized, but it's still going to be the same fighters and the same matchups. Here are today's matchups in order. 1 seed Byleth versus 16 seed Wii Fit Trainer. 8 seed Steve versus 9 seed Min Min. 4 seed Robin versus 13 seed Pikachu. 5 seed Ness versus 12 seed Yoshi. 2 seed Captain Falcon versus, there's the 15 seed, Mewtwo. 7 seed Richter versus 10 seed Little Mac. 3 seed Ganondorf versus 14 seed Lucario. And 6 seed Kirby versus 11 seed Luigi. Alright, those are today's matchups. I'm just going to remind you again that these will all be played in a random order. Without further ado, let's go ahead and load up the game and get started. Alrighty guys, it's time for the second day of matches in the first round. We're going to be starting things off in the Monastery region with number 3 seed Ganondorf versus number 14 seed Lucario. Alright, here we go. So, I watched a movie the other day that I had never seen before. It was a movie called Grown Ups. I'm honestly surprised I went this long without seeing it, considering how much I love Happy Gilmore. It's one of my favorite movies. I'm surprised I went this long without seeing Grown Ups. I decided to watch it because I found the DVD at the flea market. And also because it was officially announced there was going to be a Grown Ups 3. And it turns out that the water park scenes were filmed not too far from where I live. Water Whiz is literally like a 20-minute drive from my house. And I went there all the time when I was a kid. Albeit the park looks a lot different now, but it's still Water Whiz. I might do a video tour of that someday. That's the thing. I watch a lot of vlog YouTubers. Like, I'm a big fan of Jordan the Lion and Philly Captain, Stephen George, and I was a big fan of Adam the Woo when he was alive. The travel vlogs are something that I've been wanting to do for a while. It's something that I've thought about for a while. And just like that, it is tied up at 2. Quick responses. But yeah, I was thinking now that I have this second channel and my creative juices are kind of opened back up again, maybe that's something I should try doing. I tried doing a vlog on Slick Nick Gaming before, when I went to a Bruins game at TD Garden. Lucario is already down to his last stock. Ganondorf just owning him. But yeah, the travel vlogs, it's something I've thought about doing like on and off. And those ideas started like last year. I have some videos that I made while I was on a family trip to Florida. That was my first real experience, like doing a vlog type thing. Let me know if you'd like to see that. Ganondorf with the dunk! And just as expected, Ganondorf trounces Lucario and moves on. And he is the first winner today. Unfortunately for Lucario, he is the first loser today. Thank you for playing. We'll see you next time. Wow, 223. But yeah, that is definitely something I am thinking about doing. Because, again, I tried doing a vlog at a Bruins game, but it just went terrible. Like, I wouldn't call it a nightmare situation, but it just seemed like nothing seemed to go right with the filming. The game was awesome, but when it came to filming, it just seemed like everything was going wrong. Anyways, on to the next match. We have 4-seed Robin taking on 13-seed Pikachu. We have Sir Robin going up against Pikachu. Sir Robin, the not so brave as Sir Lancelot, who nearly stood up to the vicious chicken of Bristol. That's the... and who would personally wet himself at the Battle of Bader Hill. That's all I remember from that. I don't remember the first part. And you can already tell what time I'm filming this at. It's actually almost 10:30 at night when I'm filming this. And it's a Saturday night, too. That's why you hear KK. I think it's really cool that they did that in this game. That when you played the Animal Crossing stage on a Saturday night, like tonight, KK Slider appears, and you hear exclusive tracks. That is really, really cool, and I'm so glad that they did that, starting with Brawl. The only problem with these tracks is that the whistling is very out of tune. Robin down to his second stock. We got kind of a slow one on our hands. I forget what song this is. I want to say it's KK Gumbo. Oh, Pikachu with the dunk! Tied up at 1 with no damage. We could see an upset here, guys. We could see our first major upset in the tournament. But not if Robin has anything to say about it. Robin's first game was Super Smash Bros. 4 for the 3DS and the Wii U. Meanwhile, Pikachu has been there since the very beginning. He was in Smash 64 and has been in every game since. And fun fact, he's had the same voice actress since Melee. Hasn't had any new clips recorded. It's the same clips since Super Smash Bros. Melee, which is turning 25 years old this year, by the way. This is very close. Who is going to win? Robin conjuring something up. Oh man, I am at the edge of my seat right now. Who is going to take this? Could we see our first major upset? Both have got a lot of damage. Oh! And Robin saves the upset. Robin saves himself from what would have been the biggest upset so far. Robin takes it, and he will be moving on. And unfortunately for Pikachu, another first round exit. Thank you for playing. Alright, who's next? We have... I'm going by the list of matches on the spreadsheet. I had them all randomized. Next up, we have 7-seed Richter. Oh, and also, the clone fighters were separated on this tier list, so no play-in matches necessary. Next up, we have 7-seed Richter taking on 10-seed Little Mac. Both of them are seeded a little bit higher than they were in the last tournament. Oh, same stage again! And it's DJ KK this time. What are the odds of that? We get the first Animal Crossing stage, then we get the second one. In the last match, we had Town and City, and this time we have Smashville. That's pretty crazy odds. I will definitely say that. You can see Pete the Pelican in the background. Richter falls! There's definitely one thing these characters have in common, is that they both have terrible recovery moves. This is basically a battle to see who can choke the hardest. Oh, Little Mac with the KO punch. I'm still not exactly sure what that thing does. I've been playing this game almost my whole life, and I still have no idea what that does. And by my whole life, I mean I was 10 when... Actually, no, I was 11! See? That's what I was just talking about! Richter falls to a bad recovery. Little Mac... Exact same thing, not even a minute later. Oh, Richter! I was just saying! Commentator curse at its finest! Oh my god. Commentator's curse at its finest. Richter, then Little Mac, then Richter. This is basically the battle to see who has the worst recovery. Richter has a chance to tie this thing up. As I was saying, I was 11 when Smash for Wii U came out, and Smash for 3DS. That's how long I've known Little Mac. I'll definitely admit, I didn't play... I mean, I played Smash for Wii U a lot when it came out. Upset! Little Mac moves on. Alright, Richter is going home. Little Mac moves on. Where is his name? There he is. Wow. That was a fun one. Little Mac wins this one. He will be moving on. And he pulls off the upset over Richter. Albeit not a very big upset, considering it was 10 versus 7. Anyways, I was saying that I played a lot of Smash 4 when it came out, but I eventually went back to Brawl, just because I got tired of Smash 4. Anyways, next up we have number 1 seed and the host fighter for the Monastery region, Byleth, taking on number 16 seed Wii Fit Trainer. Man, this tournament is already going loads better than the first one.
3, 2, 1, go!
Both of these fighters have been introduced in the last 15 years. Wii Fit Trainer first appeared in Smash Bros. 4, and Byleth first appeared as a DLC fighter in Smash Ultimate. And he's already taking an early lead against Wii Fit Trainer, who, by the way, seeded much higher in the last tournament because I used player rankings. Same with Mr. Game & Watch. In fact, Mr. Game & Watch was actually a #1 seed in his region. He was the #1 seed in the Flat Zone region in the first CPU tournament. Man, this is not how I thought this match was going to go. I thought it was going to be a much bigger blowout. Oh, as soon as I say that, Byleth takes her off the stage. And he's taken complete control here. Oh, but as soon as I say that, Wii Fit Trainer evens the score at 2. Byleth trying desperately. There he is. He finally gets that KO. Wii Fit Trainer down to her last stock. However, Byleth is not quite out of the woods yet. Oh! I've never seen him do that move before. Oh man, he's just using his whip to toss Wii Fit Trainer around. This is strictly business for him. And that's game. Another 1 seed moves on. Byleth advances. And Wii Fit Trainer goes back to the studio to train for the next one. Thank you for playing. Alright, congratulations, Byleth. He is advancing to the round of 32. Alright, who's next? I gotta pull up the schedule again. We are halfway through today's matches. Next up, we have, just like last time, we have the 8 and 9 seed following the 1 and 16 seed. We got the most distant match compared to the closest match. We got 8 seed Steve. If I can find him. There he is. Taking on number 9 seed Min Min. Oops, not Byleth. He just fought Min Min. So we have 2 more DLC fighters going at it. And the next one, we're going to have 2 originals going at it. Oh, Ashley's song. I love this song. I used to hate it when I was little, but now I love it. Alright, so as I said, we got 2 DLC fighters going at it. I think they're both from Wave 1. Actually, no. I think Steve is from Wave 2 and Min Min is from Wave 1. You guys probably expected my opinion on Ashley to change after recent events, which I'm not going to get into here. Uh-oh, Steve! I thought he was going to nosedive there. Steve was a 1 seed in the last tournament. But no, my opinion hasn't changed at all. The TNT goes off. Min Min loses his first stock. Actually, I think that's a her. I think that's a she. Can someone in the chat please tell me what are Min Min's pronouns? Or maybe I'll look it up after this is over. Min Min down to her last stock already. Man, I need to get back to playing WarioWare again. I absolutely love those games. About a year ago, like starting last fall, I started really getting into the WarioWare games, like hardcore. I remember asking my parents if I could still get WarioWare Gold for Christmas. And I got a bunch of other WarioWare games on top of that. I got Smooth Moves with gift money. Steve, down to a second stock. What other games did I get? Oh, Get It Together was the first WarioWare game I ever played. And also, there was the Game Boy one. That became part of the Switch's Virtual Console. I played that one, and that was what got me into WarioWare, believe it or not. Probably the two big games I wanted for Christmas was Kirby Air Riders and WarioWare Gold. Those two games were probably my two biggest ones. And yes, even though I'm 22 years old, I still have a Christmas list for my parents. Steve wins, and he moves on, and unfortunately, Min Min is out. Steve moves on to face number 1 seed Byleth, and we are once again going to have 2 DLC fighters. And this time, it's going to be in the round of 32. Okay. Congratulations, Steve. Unfortunately, it's time for Min Min to go home. Thank you for playing. Alright, next up we have the exact opposite. We don't have 2 new fighters. We have 2 of the original fighters. 5 seed Ness going up against 12 seed Yoshi. These 2 fighters were both in the original Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo 64.
3, 2, 1.
Now that game celebrated its 25th anniversary back in 2024. Oh great, they got one of the worst stages. Well, it doesn't really matter. It's an Omega stage. It doesn't really matter. I'm just saying I don't like the regular version of this stage. Just because of that big tower in the middle. Whoever wins this will be taking on... Let me look at the bracket. 4 seed Robin in the round of 32. I wonder when my dad's going to be home. He's been gone for a while now. He said he would be home right about now, so... I guess now it's time to start preparing for when he comes home. It's tied up at 2. With a minute and a half gone on the clock. Ness. Seriously. What do they want? Sorry, just thinking out loud again. Yoshi with the spike! Ness is down to his last stock. Ness is looking to respond here. We were just talking earlier about fighters with bad recoveries when we saw Little Mac and Richter. Yoshi is another example of that. Yoshi, I'm pretty sure, has also had the same voice clip since Smash... He's had the same voice clip since Smash 64. Yoshi down to his last stock as well. It's tied up at 1. So I learned today that my puppy dog Daisy can leap over fences. Even though our fence is roughly 5 feet high, she can still leap over the damn thing. And earlier today, I spent the entire afternoon chasing her around the neighborhood. I mean, it started when she was able to climb into the pool all by herself. And that wall is probably about 4.5 feet high. But the fence is even higher. Upset! The biggest upset in the tournament so far. 12-seed Yoshi beats 5-seed Ness. We have an upset, guys. 12-seed Yoshi will advance to take on the 4-seed Robin in the round of 32. Wow. That time I was not expecting it. I thought Ness would have put up a better fight. But hey, shit happens. Thank you for playing, Ness. We'll see you next time. Congratulations, Yoshi, for advancing. Wait, why is Steve up there? Oh, because I had him highlighted earlier, that's why. I was going to say, why is Steve's name in the bracket instead of Yoshi? That's why. Anyways, we just have 2 matches left to go. Here is the penultimate match for the round of 64 in the Monastery region. Next up, we have another Smash 64 fighter. The number 2 seed in this region, Captain Falcon. Taking on number 15 seed, Mewtwo. There we go. Sorry about the cut. I really had to use the bathroom after those first 6 matches, so I had to stop recording for about 5 minutes. But I'm back. My tank's empty, and I'm ready to fight. Anyways, Captain Falcon and Min-Min, or not Min-Min, Mewtwo. Was Mewtwo even in the last tournament? I don't think he was. I don't know. There were so many fighters last time. In fact, there were just as many as there are this time. But because I'm using the CPU rankings now instead of the player rankings, there are some fighters here who weren't in the first tournament, just like there are some fighters who were in the last tournament that aren't in this, that are not in this one. Captain Falcon with the dunk! To start off the match, not even a minute in. Mewtwo answers right away. So unlike the last match, this would be a way bigger upset if Captain Falcon took it somehow. Or if Mewtwo took it. Yeah, I'm just not in a very good headspace right now. It's almost 11 o'clock. I really should start getting ready for bed, especially because I have to get up at 9 tomorrow. I have to, especially because tomorrow I have to get up at about 8:30, which is not when I usually get up. I usually get up between 9 and 10. Oh. Apparently I forgot to shut my window. I wonder if the neighbors could hear any of my yelling. Probably. I've been making a ruckus most of the night. Uh-oh. Captain Falcon went for the kill move. Didn't work. Mewtwo is pretty angry after that. He's looking to respond here, and he does! Tied up at 1. And Captain Falcon, after attempting the kill move, gets killed right after. Uh-oh! Captain Falcon shield break! Captain Falcon got stunned there. But Captain Falcon is unfazed, and he moves on. Captain Falcon shows us his moves as he goes to the round of 32. Mewtwo is not impressed, and I don't blame him. Sorry, Mewtwo. It's time for you to leave. Thank you for playing. Alright, now we're on to the final match of the night, and the last match of the first round in the Monastery region. Now this one is pretty exciting. I've been waiting for this one. For the last match of the night, we have 6 seed Kirby going up against 11 seed Luigi. This is a fun one. I've been really looking forward to this. And how fitting it's at the boxing ring. 2 of my favorite video game characters duking it out here at the boxing ring. That's why I've been looking forward to this, because it's 2 of my favorite video game characters. Uh-oh, Kirby tried to get a dunk there. But he learned a lesson there, not to mess with Luigi, also known as Mr. L in Super Paper Mario. The Green Thunder, also in Super Paper Mario. Oh, Luigi. Just saying, I love Luigi's presentation in Super Paper Mario. I don't think it gets nearly enough attention. Like, the way Luigi is presented in that game. Like, he gets hypnotized to become this, like, dark alter ego, Mr. L, and just thought it was brilliant. And basically how Luigi is basically the one answer to the end of the world. It is tied up at 2 with 5 minutes left on the clock. Oh, Kirby uses his copy ability. Personally, as much as I love Kirby, I'm actually rooting for Luigi on this one, which is not okay, because I'm not supposed to be doing that. The commentators are not supposed to have bias whatsoever. especially if they're commentating nationally. Kirby down to his last stock. We could see an upset. Uh-oh, Luigi almost died there. They're both fighting for the edge. Edge guarding. Kirby trying desperately to tie this match up. Which he does there. It is tied up at 1 with 4 minutes left on the clock. Whoever gets this next KO moves on. As I said, I've really been looking forward to this match, and I can't wait to see who wins. It is very close. Both fighters have about medium damage. They both have over 50 damage now. Uh-oh, Kirby tried to footstool him there, but he doesn't have quite strong enough legs. Luigi pulls off the upset and moves on. Luigi! Man, that victory animation aged like fine wine. Luigi moves on. Kirby is out in the first round. Thank you for playing. That was a great match. Now you can see why I was really looking forward to that, and certainly did not disappoint. Alright, that's going to do it for tonight. That is all the round of 64 matches for the Monastery region. Luigi advances to take on Ganondorf in the round of 32, which will be taking place in just a few short days. Alright, but before we wrap things up here, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the current bracket before we wrap things up for the night. Alright guys, that does it for the first round in the Monastery region. Your matchups for round 2. 1 seed Byleth versus 8 seed Steve. 4 seed Robin versus 12 seed Yoshi. 2 seed Captain Falcon versus 10 seed Little Mac. And 3 seed Ganondorf versus 11 seed Luigi. Those are your round 2 matchups for the Monastery region. These are all the results over here on the right. Those were some epic matches. Yeah, I will definitely say that. Those were some epic matches. Let's hope that train keeps a rolling heading into Congo Jungle region, which we will be covering tomorrow for day 3 of the first round of the Smash Ultimate CPU tournament. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for watching.